Yo folks, and welcome to the channel. My name is Bork. In today's video we'll be covering a reroll guide, first impressions for Miko Note, how to get the best characters and essentially what to do. Let's jump right into this. Alright, go into this little four squares icon. Go into the cog right here and then click the little back area, this third button right here, and then click this log out cell phone looking button. And then there you go. You're essentially going to be brought to the menu or the main area of this game. You're gonna hit guess right here, and it's very particular on what you do. Alright, so go ahead and click the check boxes, hit OK, you're agreeing to something, right? And this is if you've already jumped into the game. When you first play it, it's gonna take you around 15 minutes. You're gonna be presented the tutorials, story sequences. Once it's done loading like this, you hit tap to start. Do not click this, like I said, click the gold one. Essentially, you're gonna put your name in here, you're gonna put Borg, and then you're gonna hit OK. The actual cutscenes, like the art style for this game, I actually kind of like it. And we'll change up these main characters right here. It's gonna give us some rewards for essentially just logging in, and you're gonna get level up to level 4, and then just some free rewards as you're going through the game, which is kind of nice because as soon as you start the game, you're presented with a bunch of resources, which you don't really need at the very start, but it's still nice to see. All right, so those are gonna be the different banners. You're gonna go into this mailbox section right there to the left, and then you're gonna hit OK, and then you're gonna grab all these resources. I believe these are outfits. We'll cover it a little bit later, and that's an SSR ticket. You go to this section, and now you can go to the summon section. If you didn't see what I did back there, just go ahead and hit this little pink icon, the ones with the little, I guess, note, that's what they want to call it. And then you're gonna go right here into the reroll, okay? So just note with this one, it is an unlimited reroll, so you can essentially keep rolling it and rolling it and rolling it. Let's watch the summon animation for the first time. I actually think it's absolutely adorable because this character or note, I'm not sure what to call her. She's like the Miko. She's not exactly a playable character, but she's the one that does all the summons for the spirits for you and stuff. So this is how the animation actually looks, and I think it looks stellar compared to a lot of gacha games that don't put too much oomph in it. So this is how it's going to look. Just note the SRs and SSRs, they have live 2D, and then the neutrals, oh, this one actually turned gold. Okay, it's the same character. They do have a shard system, which I know a lot of people are going to be off put by. And then here's the neutral characters. Can we get a rare just so you guys can see it? It's the exact same animation, but overall, the waifus in this game, the way it presents itself, I think this is an R, and there we go. So you can see it's not live 2D, but there's still some flair to it. There's a different sort of animation to it, which I kind of like. And yeah, this is going to be the first set of summons that you can essentially do. The game presents itself in a nice way. Let's go ahead and skip this. Maybe was that the last one? It was the second to last one. And then what you want to do, don't click this silver area right there. Click the gold, or yellow. You might want to call it yellow. Essentially, you can do it all over again until you get the desired characters that you want. You can click an O, or you can hit skip right there, and it'll skip all of the processes for you. But in case you want to speed run it, I'm gonna keep doing this until I get a rainbow. You can actually get 2 rainbows from this. For me, you don't even technically have to, do that reroll process at the beginning that I just showed you. Go in here and just keep re-rolling. And there is no guaranteed SSR from this first 10 roll that you get. So this is where you can get insane with it, right? You can probably start the game with a full set of 6 SSRs, which you kind of want, or maybe even 10. But I feel that's a little bit pushing it, in my opinion. You are technically guaranteed at least 2, bare minimum. 1 from this summon section right here, but technically you can get up to 2 to 3 SSRs just from this section. I'm not sure if I can pull it off. So this is our first SSR from this multi, the beginning one right here. And what's nice also, we'll show it, the actual pity for this game is really low as well. So as far as the rates go and how efficient you can get with the rerolls, it's actually really nice, which is one of the few things that, is very important, I would say, for gacha games to nail right. Where is the summon process easy? Is the reroll process easy? Is it essentially easy to get really strong in this game early on? I think where this game is going to fall is mostly because of the fact that it's going to be difficult to acquire these shards, and you might need a lot of shards in order to actually, get the strongest amount of power from your characters. But, oh, this one actually went from a blue to an SSR. I've never seen this animation, and I like this character because she deals AoE. She's not the best character. I'll show you the best characters after we get through this animation. So let's say you want to keep this, central reroll. I would actually go for 2 SSRs if possible. If you have the patience, maybe even 3. And then essentially you'll be going over here and you can do more summons. So if you go right here, this is going to be at media's ranking per Resemera, and ranking per Resemera means just ranking per reroll. So you can see there's 3% rates for SSRs, there's a 10% rates for SR, 24% for R, and then 63% for neutrals or not rares. So these are going to be like the different characters and all this stuff. What you want to reroll for is Wakamasubi, I think, or Wakumusubi. That's the character. She's going to be a fire-based healer. Essentially, these 3 characters are going to be the healers in the game. And as you can see, this is like a little poll, and this is what people voted on, which are the characters that you want to essentially get. And then ones right here, the S rank ones, they're attack-based characters. And essentially you can see Izanami is a phenomenal character, but I don't think you can get her from that initial reroll that I just showed, or you can get her, it's just at a really low rate. So don't summon on this banner because you can actually get this character for free. Summon on this banner because this is the waifu that will essentially net you, the healing stuff. And then this is a guaranteed SSR. I believe this is Izanami yin yang sign, and then you go over here, you hit this. This is a guaranteed SSR. You might want to use this last because after you get like that first multi off, you're gonna want to at least get this fire healer right here. Healer is actually pretty important in this game, I would have to say, because you can actually set more than one healer. It's really interesting the way the game presents itself. You can get very min-maxy with it, right? So right here, we're going through, essentially the summons. We don't get an SSR, so just note the 3% rates, it's definitely hitting you. But as you can see, it's only 10 out of 50. So you're guaranteed an SSR. Now the thing is, even though you're guaranteed an SSR after 50 pulls, I don't know if that's a selector. So this one we got an SSR, which is pretty good. The rates aren't bad to say the least. And let's see what we get here. Can we get the rate up character? And yes, we do. Absolutely phenomenal right there. Yes. This account, I kind of want to keep it. Even though it's not the best, it's still really good. And just note the meter did not reset either. I'm going to try to switch the banners up. Now, I don't want to summon on this one, like I said. We'll try to summon on this one, see if we can get this character. You can see like there's this little like icon right there. There's like a sword one, and then there's the little fire that you saw. The sword one, characters deal like physical oriented damage, and then the fire one makes them deal more spirit based damage from what I can tell. There's a lot of like, normal nuances, even though I can't understand the game. And just know, as you saw earlier, the pity for it was different. So each banner has a different pity. I don't believe the pities carry over, but let's go ahead and jump into these guaranteed SSR summons so you guys can see what this is all about. Just note, I really like this character. I wish she was summonable, or I wish you could actually use her because, she has all the animations, a little bit quirky, and all that stuff. I have no idea what I drew there. Do not judge me for what happened. And that's the animation you want to look for in case you're like, hey, this is going to be a rainbow. Obviously, this is a guaranteed rainbow, and, we get the characters that we would like. Let's not try to get a dupe. Let's try to get a different character. Who's it gonna be? Can we get Izanami? No, we get a dupe. Of course we get a dupe. That's just how the game rolls. Maybe go ahead and jump backwards to it and show you what we're working with here. So these are gonna be the different characters that we essentially just summoned for. It's not in order, so that gives me a little bit of anxiety. And I think you unlock like, how to do the dupe section a little bit later. This is how you upgrade like the spirits that you're going to be collecting. So, go through that, level up, very nice right there. And then once you do that, you can also go into here. You can look at the Mikos or the characters that you are essentially going to be maining with. And what's really nice is you can actually change them into their live 2D sections, which I think is really cool. And of course, you can upgrade them as well. Hit the little level up icons, and then they will get a little bit stronger. She does a little pose like, peace, thanks for summoning, or thanks for upgrading me, which I think is kind of cute. And then go ahead and jump backwards right here. Let's go ahead and change the characters that we have. I know it's not an important detail, but you gotta get your waifus, your home screen looking pretty clean, and there we go. So in case you want to change that up, you can do it right there. Honestly, I really like this game. Let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay. Wait. So if you jump into this section right here, this is how you configure your party. Make sure to do this before you jump into like the actual story modes into the games. And what I want to showcase is that you ideally want to, pick the characters that you need for the particular situation. So the little sword icon, obviously they're going to attack, and some of them deal AoE. And ideally, I want to have like a healer. So I'm going to place a healer right there. I am doing this matching thing where, their elemental skills match with the characters I'm using. Just note that she is going to be the green variant. And then with her, she's a blue variant, so I'm going to put blue skills on her. The main is going to be what the characters usually use for their skills, and then their subslot are going to be when they need to use that skill, so to speak. And you can see the levels for the spirit essentially went up to level 3. Let's go ahead and jump into gameplay, hit like this little icon right there, and then go into this section, and then we're going to go to 1-2, hit 8 next. That's going to have like 8 stamina spent. This is the way our characters are looking. You can technically configure it from this menu. You don't have to go to the section that I showed earlier, but let's go ahead and show what this gameplay is all about. Just note the loading screens are a little bit long just because we're on an emulator. You can completely, dissuade that if you're on your phone. And how am I playing this right now? I downloaded it via Q app. I'm sure you can use TapTap as well to play the game, but for the most part, it doesn't need a VPN for my region, which is in the USA West Coast area. So as you can see, there's like a 2x speed. You can turn that on, turn that off. We're gonna leave it off for now. And you have like this 10 meter right here. So this is going to be the amount of energy we need to expend in order to essentially cast the skills. I can only cast 2 skills, and note each character can only cast 1 skill in order to, essentially do my attack. So ideally, I'm not using a bunch of SSRs. So in case you're like, hey, do I have to like reroll a bunch of SSRs to be really good at this game? In the beginning, no, not really, because all of your characters can't use their skills. I'm assuming that meter goes up over time. I'm talking about this 10 right here. And essentially you can use different skills. But one thing to take note of is notice that there's an element on these monsters. So ideally you're using the element that they're weak against. We do have like this little gold icon. I'm going to show it even though technically fire is going to be weak against like this water sort of element right here. And it does a unique animation for that character that's using the skill. So you can see there's like, she's like going into like the bamboo woods thing, and she's going to be using her skill in a different way. So these are going to be the minute details that you can sort of see, and I guess you can sort of understand where this character, she has like the little blade icon, so her skill will essentially be different. And we're going to use the Fiver skill right there. This character might die as well. And you can see it's going to be more physical oriented. It's going to use an actual blade, hence like the blade icon. Did they die? Did we deal enough damage? Let's see what this character is all about. And just note the initial characters, they have like unique animations depending on what they are. SRs will have an animation when they get their gold oriented like proc, and then like the neutrals and rares, they don't really have unique animations, but the SSRs will always have a unique animation, but at the cost it is technically more energy to use them. So there's a lot of nuances in this game that you can get like, pretty deep into, and that's what I like about the gameplay. Even though technically you can only have control over 5 Mikos, I'm talking about this section right here, there's a lot of like integrated details where it's like, oh, I want to use these spirits or whichever that they're called appropriately within this game in order to min-max myself. There is like this section as well, equipments and stuff, so I haven't unlocked that yet. I'm sure I'll have it so that I can essentially have it so that they're equipping different pieces. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the icons down here. But yeah, there's a lot of like things that you can get pretty nitty gritty on this game. And one thing that I did want to showcase is there are outfits in this game, so you can check out, all the different characters and how they're going to be looking. I think my favorite area was this, where you can see like their casual wear and the waifus. They definitely look amazing. They're very lovable. I think this one's definitely my favorite, sort of like that princess sort of style. But the one thing that got me a little bit weird was like there's these outfits that feel like they can change their skills up. I'm not sure what that is about, but it does cost like the currency that you can get within the game, which is like these rainbow things, but I'm pretty sure you can't use them until you progress like a certain part of the game where you can actually use those Mikos, or essentially priestess. But here is the reroll guides, in case you want to try this game out. Go into the cog section right here, go into the Slack section, do the logouts, and go back to the earlier parts of the video in case you want to reroll. There's gonna be plenty of ways to essentially grab rewards and stuff. If you want to do it, you can essentially progress through a certain part of the game. so you can get more summons in here. But honestly, it's really fast doing that first initial 10 roll and then going from there. And just know it only costs 1200 to do a multi. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me out on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 30,000 subs, we're doing a giveaway. Have yourself a fantastic day, and see you guys in the next one. Good luck on the rerolls for this one, yeah?